to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go? How will I know? How will I know? I used to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go from here? The last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go? How will I know? How will I know? I used to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go from here?
Right on top of him, yeah, just enough. And Levi's even going to tag his way.
Where do I go?
With the zillion ults on, and that's going to be Tower for Gigabyte Marines. Hell of a fight. However, the rest of the team are grouping with Mace or Assad. They've already forced the teleport out of him. Stark flashes forward, keeps on throwing the shurikens, gets the stun, Scout awakens, Stark. He's going to claim this.
I used to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go? How will I know? How will I know? I used to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I went without you. Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go from here? to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I ran without you. But where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Where do I go? How will I know? How will I know? I used to walk these roads with you. Can't remember the last time I ran without you. Where do I go?
Marines flexing their muscles. That was less
Where do I go from here?
getting dealt by Pikachu in most of the episodes on that one.
Where do I go?
This game with a mid lane gank, and I don't want to say never look back, but the Gigabyte Marines continue.
It's gonna be an Oriana lock-in.
How did you do that? How did you do that? Did you think it was?
Fighting turret there for Gigabyte Marines. Like you said, Vidius looking to go 2-0 here on the second day of play-ins. Will they be able to do it? They're looking for the kills. Pad a few stats, get a few more. Quicksilver yourself out, Adi. But Solace on the fountain doesn't save the Nexus. And Gigabyte Marines come up with a victory.
It was so close for so long. And then that one pivotal shockwave doesn't hit anybody. The engage from the Gigabyte Marines initially looked haphazard because we saw such a great tidal wave, completely dissuading Gigabyte Marines from getting a successful follow-up. But then they get themselves a turnaround. It just all happened so fast. I didn't even catch how White Lotus even ended up losing his life in that final fight. And it just, with both Seiya and White Lotus gone, that's it. The fight is over.
Decided to go with something else. The Gragas gets put into support. This is what Stark used, as we said. They're going to flip it. I mean, it can go either way.
So then we're going to take
That might be a good hit. Oh, the exhaust comes down immediately. Everyone's going to get saved by the safe guard. It goes down to last hit for Optimus. This will be a lead up, though. His first blood. As he gets himself to safety, and it's a triple kill now coming in for Slay. Also flying under the radar of Game, now exploding behind his team.
The fight isn't even over yet, Slay.
Looking for the heals. Mystic Shot going to take it off completely. No slow to Archie there, but he doesn't have movement speed 4.